It's your boy, Satem Ali, the Reverend of the Revolution, welcoming you to another edition of your Daily Revolution, helping you to wake up, turn your brain on, and to prosper every single day in every part of your life. Today's topic, do the work. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. So I just finished listening to my boy, Garrett J White, one of my brothers. He used to coach me. He's always going to be a man who's like near and dear to my heart. We're at Funnel Hacking Live, and he's on stage, and he's talking, and he's sharing, and I'm in tears because I'm like, man, this man has been one of the greatest causes for change in my life. And he shared a concept, and it was the way he shared it. It wasn't anything new that I hadn't heard. By the time you hit your 40s, you've heard and read a lot, especially in today's internet age, right? The net, the web, you can hear and see so much with Google. Well, all he talked about was this concept of be, do, have, be, do, have. And he's like, well, this is what it really should be. Forget about be, do, have. What it should be is listen. And if you've read my book, Winning After the Game, or you listened to a number of podcasts or heard me speak live, you know this is a concept that's near and dear to my heart because I live it. It's listen to the voice. What is it telling you to do? What is the voice telling you to do? What is it? Listen. Once it tells you, then number 2, do it. Do the work. Do what's required. You've heard me often talk about this, being committed. Do what is required, which means do the work. And then the third thing is by doing the work that's required, that you know that you should do, that you've been avoiding and not confronting for so long, something happens within you. You become the expert, the master. And the focus was not to become the master. The focus was simply, can I hear and listen? And then, can I do the work? Can I hear and listen? And can I do the work? That was a motorcycle. Yes, I'm in my car doing this. I-5 North on a Saturday. My goodness, no bueno. So what's the work that you've been avoiding? What's the work that you're not confronting? What's the work required for you? What's your work? Brothers and sisters, I'm going to tell you right now, if you have so much going on in your life that you cannot hear and you cannot listen, then you better slow down. The fruits of the Spirit, the voice of God, the source and energy, the voice, your gut, your intuition, whatever you call it, him or her, it's irrelevant what you call it. But there is a voice, and it is still, and it is small, and it caresses and gently nudges, and then sometimes when you don't listen, it begins to become that non-stop voice inside you that says, wake up and go. Do this now. Do this now. And I've had so many experiences in my life where the voice speaks and it tells me, and I must listen. But once it tells me, I must have the courage to execute. With my book, sold copies 2 years ago, literally 2 years ago. I wrote 2 books, hated them, wrote a third one, and I was forever ready to give up. And the voice said, this quarter, get it done. Well, it's done. And now what? Next step, ghostwriter. And I just take it one step at a time. I've heard phrases in books, and you've seen this too. Like in a car, you don't have to have the whole way mapped out. You just have to have the lights on so you can see where you're going around the next turn. That's it. You don't have to have steps 2 through 1 million. You just need step 1. That's it. And then step 2, that's it. So what's the work required? What's your work? Brothers and sisters, there is something inside of you that is calling you to do something. And you know it, and I know it. But I only know it for me, and you only know it for you. Is it exercise? Is it putting the alcohol down? Is it putting your phone down? I'm tired of seeing parents glued to their fucking phones while their children starve, wanting attention, time, and love. So what will it be? Is there a business decision that you have to make? I speak often to entrepreneurs. There are things, and there is something in your life that you have been avoiding that the voice has been telling you to do, but you keep avoiding it. Listen, you will rarely know the why. The voice will just say, go. The voice will just say, do this. And you're going to want to know, well, why? Well, why? Well, why do I need to do this? Well, why? Does it matter why? What has the voice been telling you, and will you do it? Will you do the work, your required work? If it's for your marriage, will you take your spouse out? Will you listen to them? Will you shut your mouth long enough and fucking listen to them? If you're an athlete, you've been trained to perform at high levels. Can you train yourself to perform at listening and then doing? Brothers and sisters, we all have something inside of us that beckons us, that calls us to do something. I know what it is for me, and I must fulfill. I must do it. Launch Shield Maiden for the women. Coach one-on-one clients. Write this book. Launch the podcast. Move your family to California. Launch, push, charge this. One of my clients, the voice was clear. Charge this. I was like, holy smokes, that's double what I would normally charge. And yet the voice said, charge this. Now see, I'm speaking about my industry. You've got to look at your life, your job, your work, your family, your spouse, your body, and say, what do I truly want? The only way this comes about is if you start to principle number 1 of the revolution: tell the truth. Radical honesty. Being real. Not afraid to go raw. And if you've ever seen me live, speak, teach, you know I have no problem going raw. No problem at all going raw, making it relevant. So brothers and sisters, what is next for you? What must you do? Can you do the work? Can you do it? Will you do it? Will you stop running and hiding? Will you confront what you've been avoiding? Will you stop pretending that you already know what to do? You don't need to go read more books. You probably don't need to watch more training videos, and you probably don't need to listen to more podcasts. There is something inside of you that is saying, you already know what to do. Just fucking do it. Because your life depends on it. Your success depends on it. And if you are a leader, your team depends on it. Do it. Do it now. Schedule a time to do it. Trust. And I promise you, the way will be prepared and opened up before you. This is your boy Satam Ali reminding you, if you want to create a life of real, radical results, a life that you love, it will require you to get into a relentless pursuit with the ruthless commitment to pay the piper every single day to get to the top of your mountains where your prize, promised lands, and possibilities, every possibility seen and that you can't even see, will be waiting for you. I love you. The revolution has begun. I'm out. For more info on joining the revolution and living your greatest life of prosperity today, go to www.yourdailyrevolution.com and join us in waking up, turning your brain on, and prospering today.